Good morning, good morning. Hello, everyone. Welcome to the Morning Cuppa Joy. I'm Teri Angel, for those of you who don't know, and I'm just going to go ahead and get started. So let's go into our hearts. The first thing that I do is the heart-brain coherence. So touching the heart center, we slow down the breathing. Breathe in deeply and slowly, filling your entire lungs. And then exhale out just as slowly. And then repeat. Breathe in, filling your lungs until you feel your belly pooching out from all that air you've inhaled. And then hold it for just a moment and add in love, add in light, add in fun, something that brings you happiness. And then release. Breathe it in again, and this time focus on peace. Maybe a peaceful sunset over water or over a mountain. Maybe just standing and looking at a crystal clear lake or seeing the waves come in from the ocean. Just focus on peace and then release it. And just explore that feeling right now. What does it feel like? How does it make you feel to focus solely on positive energy? Whatever you can bring into your heart that's positive. Let's keep putting that out there because you guys, there is so much in the world that's not positive, and yeah, it's a time when we're needed. Our lights are so needed. All right, let's see who came in. Deirdre, happy hump day to you. Annie7, Catherine Kovacs, Kathy Hand. Thank you all for sharing and thank you for being here. So I'm going to read the angel message. I almost didn't. I was hesitant to do so, but yeah, we need to hear this. Everybody needs to hear this. It's called A Call to Inspired Action. William Wilberforce said, "You may choose to look the other way, but you can never again say that you did not know." I love how God has shown me over and over again that there are no accidents or coincidences. Instead, there are synchronicity, and this I know well. Months ago, I was given the burden on my heart to bring another element to the Peace on Earth tour in the form of bringing attention to human trafficking and educating others on this. I attended a meeting today on peace, and one of the attendees brought up human trafficking and shared about a new movie that is out now in theaters, which is a true story that shines a light on what is happening. As I was searching for more information on the movie, I learned a few things. It is produced by Angel Studios. Go figure, right? The other thing I found out is that Tony Robbins is very involved in funding the movie, and that brought me to his podcast where he shared more information on the reality of human trafficking. My heart was breaking with each statement that was made, and I knew that I was meant to listen to his words. Dear angels, I don't know yet what the picture looks like for our spiritual family, the P's for Peace, to become more involved in bringing more light to shine on this darkness, but I do know that it is time. As I sit here typing with tears in my eyes, I know that this mission is divinely orchestrated. Yesterday, you inspired a message called "Passion is the Key to Manifesting" that said inspired action is the bridge between intention and manifestation. As I wrote those words, I felt something huge was coming into my life. I believe this is the call to inspired action. Dear ones, we will once again state that your passion will lead you to your purpose. You may be asking how human trafficking is related to peace on earth. Once you understand what is happening in the dark corners of the world in this arena, you will see the necessity of addressing the issue to shine light into it and how widespread it is. Your intention to bring peace into the world has to include those who are in turmoil and despair, such as the children who are being trafficked, and subsequently their families. Peace is not just about feeling happy, serene, and joyful. It is about loving your fellow beings enough to ask the important questions and see where injustices are happening, and ask if you have a passion to take inspired action. Search your heart, dear ones, and allow yourself to be guided. Dear angels, today I promise to take daily steps of inspired action, to be a voice for those whose voices have been stifled. So I'm going to copy and paste that into the comments, as I usually do, and we can look at that and we can say, hey, is it speaking to me? You know, when something is speaking to us, it's going to get the message through. Even if you turn a deaf ear at first and say, I don't hear you. You know, I've done that many times with the angels. They have told me something or shared something that was part of my journey, and it might have been a little scary. It might have been something that I'm going, wow, that's a lot of work. And they're relentless. They don't stop. They don't let up. Because if it's supposed to be in your path and it's supposed to be a part of your purpose, it will be. And this, my friends, is huge. It is so huge. And I sat last night after I had written the blog and I was talking to God. And I said, God, this is so big. And I know there's many people working right now to bring light to it. But boy, we need awareness. We need this to hit the forefront of everyone out there so that it can be right in front of their eyes. And as the quote said, you know, just because you ignore it, that's on you. If you know something and you haven't either said something, done something, or supported something that's happening that can help, then that's on you. And I thought, okay, I don't want that to be on me. I want to actually say something and speak up and do what I know I'm here to do. And I don't know what it looks like yet, you guys. I know that many of you contributed to my birthday fund, which is going to be important to utilize those funds for education on this subject. And I don't know what else. I don't know where that goes from there. But I do know that I'm going to go see that movie. I do know that I don't want to see it alone because I know I'm going to be a blubbering mess after that movie is over. I do know that I learned facts last night that I can't get out of my head. And I think we all need to know what those facts are. I think we need to know what is really happening in the world, happening to our children, and in a huge way. Brookie, good morning. Catherine Kovacs, good morning. Sally De La Rosa and Tony De La Rosa, good morning to both of you ladies. Jennifer Langren, hello and welcome in. And Kathy says, I am curious as to why you were not going to read this very powerful angel message. Because it was so intense. And, you know, many times the angels, they give us a message and then there's this like beautiful, inspiring end where you feel like, oh, everything is okay. Everything's working perfectly. Everything's not okay, you know, and And I'm still wrapping my brain around how not okay this situation is. So, and I knew I was going to get emotional with it. And I'm like, all right, angels, I know I have to share this. I know I have to get this message out there. And so, yeah, they said, yes, you indeed will read it, and everything will be led as it is supposed to be led. So thank you. Brookie, The Sound of Freedom, that's the movie. And there are free tickets available. It is still showing. It's showing here in New Orleans. And I was going to grab Annie Banani and see if she'd go with me, but I don't know if we're going to make that possible or not. But yeah, the things that I learned, not in the movie. There's the movie itself brings out so much, but I'm learning so much more about the trafficking. And I'll say this out loud, I was never a big Tony Robbins fan. I just wasn't. And no apologies for that. It just wasn't my cup of tea. And so I really have not paid much attention to him. I know he does good in the world. I know that. And I have nothing against him. I just chose, to not tune into him. But I have a whole new respect for Tony. And I was listening to his podcast, and he actually went out on one of the sting operations where they were able to capture some of the traffickers and rescue children. And he has helped in so many ways to shine a light on it and put those children in touch with their families or adoptive families, whatever that looks like. So I have a whole new respect for him. And yeah, that's that. Good morning, Charlie Coons. And Sally says, and we need it now. Sex trafficking has no age barrier. The older women who are used to care for the young ones, the babies, etc., we are all at a point where we need to see it for what it is, a danger to all. It is a danger to all. And the trafficking, yeah, a lot of it is about sex and bringing these children into a place that is horrible and the things that are being done. But it's more than that, you guys. And this is what I'm finding out. It's more than just the sex trafficking. And, it's something that I'm having to come to terms with, to know what they are doing with these children. And Kathy says, I do know that sometimes in human trafficking, brainwash and illicit drugs are used. Oh, yeah, that's just a small part of it. But yeah, absolutely. Brookie says, oh yeah, it's deep, the trafficking. Going to be a serious battle to end it. A lot of higher ups are involved. And could you go over the signs to look for and the signal for help? The signal is very simple. It's just this. And usually it's done behind the back because they don't want to be seen by their captors. And they may do it in a moving car out the window. They may do it behind their back as they're walking to a restroom or in the restroom. The other signals are if they're not looking at their captor, if they are with an adult or adults. A lot of times it is a couple that's doing this. If it seems out of place, and you'll know, as empaths, we know when something is out of place. We know that if we're watching a family, and yeah, families squabble, and there's a lot of energy there, but there's a difference in this. There's a difference in somebody that's being forced and somebody that's just being belligerent because they're a teenager or a kid throwing a temper tantrum. And your gut will pick up on the energy. So this is what I want to teach. This is what I want to bring forth into the world, because we have to stop this, you guys. We have to. There's no easy way around it. It can't keep going the way it is. So Yeah, I'm very emotional this morning, and I knew I would be if I got into this, but it needs to be in. We need to be listening and finding out more about it. And Brookie, you're right. You're so right, honey. We're not just fighting some drug dealers on the street. We're fighting a lot of different issues with this. Catherine DeSanti, good morning, sweetie. But you know what? We have the angels and we have God on our side. And that's what I'm looking at. And that's the hope that I'm holding on to. Sally says, what is occurring is so much more than just the sex trafficking. There's murder involved in a lot of these cases. There are children who are getting their adrenaline pumped up so high and then their lives taken at that moment just so somebody else can feel the power. There's more gruesome details behind this. I've talked to people about sex trafficking, and the details are horrific, to say the least. Yeah, that's the details are so graphic, and I really want to develop some information that I don't want to shock people, but we need to put the facts out, and we need to say what is happening so that people are aware that they can't just turn away once they know the facts, once they know what's happening. And I loved that quote. I'm going to say the quote again. You may choose to look the other way, but you can never say again that you did not know. And to me, that is a message that needs to be put out with every bit of information on human trafficking. It needs to be on every poster board, on bathroom walls, on the postcards and the information that we're going to develop as the P's for Peace, that you can never again say, I did not know. And that's what's on my heart, that I want people to be aware, bringing the awareness. And then it's up to that person learning it if you decide to look away. And then, like I said, not everybody can get involved with feet on the ground. And I understand that. Just like with any passion or any cause, not everyone is going to be out here driving across the country or going on the missions. But you can do something. You can help spread the word. You can support those who are doing the work. And this is what I've been saying for almost 3 years now. I don't expect all of you to be out here doing what I do, but please at least support it. If you know what's going on and you know that the mission is important, then please just do what you can to share the word and help out in any way that you can to bring it forth, to keep it going. Good morning, sweet Isabel. Thank you for being here. Sally says, it's going to shock them anyway, Teri. There's no getting by this when all the details finally come out, and it's working its way that way. But when they finally come out, what we hear, what we experience from that point on, is going to leave us questioning whether we still want to be here. And I have us questioning our sanity, just everything about us, who we are, and how we could get to this point in life. Yeah. I agree, Sally. That was me last night and my blubbering mess. And I haven't even seen the movie yet, but I did hear many, many facts that are not in the movie. And I'm going, oh my God, how did we get to this point? You know, how did we get here? But now we know, and it's moving beyond all of the whys and the hows and the oh my gods. It's moving on to, what do I need to do? What do I need to know? What do I need to say? What is my role in this? And that's what we all have to ask ourselves. We have to ask ourselves, what is my role? What is my role? You know, it's like if you see someone that's been abused, physically abused, and you can see the outside, you can see the bruises and the black eyes and the bloody noses, and and you don't at least ask, can I help? Is there anything I can do? You just turn a blind eye and know that it's happening and just leave it, then, that's on you as far as checking in with your gut and saying, do I say something? Do I call 911? Do I, we all have to say, what is my part in this? What is my part in this? And that's what we have to ask ourselves now. What is my part in this? Brookie says, a dear fellow human has a website and email chain called stopworldcontrol.com and just did a huge info blast on trafficking from some of the victims. Super horrific indeed. Another place for real mind-opening information. Thank you, Brookie. And I have the link to the movie, and you can get free tickets into the movie because people feel so passionately about it that they are paying it forward. They are paying for people to go, not knowing if anybody's going to use those tickets or not, but putting them out there for others to use to go see it. So I'm going to type that into the comment or paste it into the comments so that if you want, you can click on that link and you can buy tickets there. You can buy tickets for others there, and you can read what's happening and see the trailer on that website. Brookie, you're so sweet. I just love you. Yeah, sometimes, with Google, it just, it gets wonky. All right, Sally says, I have a young, small friend by 15, 16 who had to suffer through the sex trafficking life, and every time this conversation comes in, she comes into my mind, and all I want to do is protect her. It's heartbreaking to see that the way that it leaves even the ones that are rescued. Yeah, and the ones that are rescued, a lot of times, they don't get reunited with their family. Their family may not be able to be found or have died or whatever. So there's many of these children that need to be adopted or find safety somewhere. And I'll just share this one story, and Tony didn't even share this story. The people from the movie were sharing it about him, and he was actually a little embarrassed that they shared what he had done. But when they rescued this one group of children, and he probably does it many times, he brought them into his home and just let them swim in the swimming pool. He obviously has a mansion. I don't know anything about him, but he let them enjoy a meal and playtime and just be kids for a moment after they were rescued. So, yeah, there's a lot of good being done in this regard, you guys. It's not all doom and gloom because there are efforts to dig into this and start taking a chunk out of it. Deirdre says, this has been going on forever, it seems. We're just now being allowing to get that truth out, hence light workers. Well, I've been saying for years now, the veil is thinning. Well, there is no veil anymore. There is no hiding anymore. There's all transparency, and that's what this is all about. It's bringing it in a transparent way that we all can be educated on it. We all can know about it and know facts about it, not just wonder if it's all just because, they're taking these kids and sex trafficking them. It's so much more. That's just a drop in the bucket. There is so much more that's happening. And some of it is you just have to really shield your energy before you listen to it. Oh, and Sally says, here goes my emotions. This is so near and dear to my soul. Yeah, it is mine too, Sally. Kathy Hand says, I do know this is extremely important, but first in my heart is, in passion, is addiction awareness, and that there needs to be better options available for the non-violent addicts out there. Yeah. There's a lot of causes That's the thing is, where's your passion? And that was the blog from yesterday. Find your passion and you'll find your purpose. And Kathy, you've found yours most definitely. And when we find that passion, that brings tears to our eyes. And we find that passion that says, I can't not say something. Then we know that that's a purpose in our life. Isabel says, more, more shocking maybe. More shocking is the big charity institutions and foundations are the ones on the traffic with military and law enforcement. So calling for help can trigger the wrong ones. That's how crazy the videos and good military videos are out there showing and explaining how it is very cruel and evil. Yeah, yes, it is very cruel. All right, let's see what Kuan Yin has to say to us this morning. We need hope, Kuan Yin. We need a message that really speaks to our hearts this morning. So let me see. And then we've got prayer time today. Oh God, you all, you know me. I don't cheat. I don't look at the cards. I just pull the card that Kuan Yin wants to say to us. And you can't make this stuff up. I'm here live. I didn't do something behind the scenes. This is Kuan Yin's message to us this morning, and it is called Moved by the Call. Wild love of my own soul, I call upon you. I trust in the process of letting go and the wild loving life calling me to my divine destiny. I trust in my fearless spirit. You all, you really, you really can't make this stuff up. This is moved by the call, and that's what we're talking about, is being called to our purpose, being called to actually see something, say something, and actually get involved. Deirdre says, on a lighter note, whose awesome music library is that? Sherry Myers. I'm house sitting for Sherry and Dan. And oh my gosh, yes, they have amazing stuff here in their house. They have music, they have art. Of course, because they're creators. They're making a movie right now about angels and the reality of angels. So yeah, this house is so full of good energy. And Isabel says the three-letter agencies are involved. They are. Yes, they are. But it's going to take a village. It's going to take all of us. Okay, well, let's get into the prayers because it is Wednesday and it's important that we do this. And let me type in your prayer requests. I'll put that up there. And so, all right, I got to figure out where I'm going. Add source. Trying to find it here, you guys, so bear with me because I redid it and I'm hoping that it's going to come up right for me, and it's not. Okay. And I may not have all the current names on here, so if you're looking for, if you're looking for your name or your loved one, then and it's not there. Hang on. How do I stop this? Oh, it's in use. I gotta close it out first. All right. So just share if you have any prayer requests that we don't have on the prayer list. And if there is something that you're not seeing that you're looking for on the prayer list, then please put that in the comments so I can add it in, because I revise this after every time that we have been together. Put that in, and here we go. So take a deep breath in, and let's focus on the energies and focus on who we're lifting up in prayer. Laura Adams, good morning. Prayers for the Vega family. I think they are on here. We'll see, and if not, if they're not on this one, we'll add it. But I know they've been brought to our prayers. Sally, prayers for those in need today. A little bit of extra kindness and lifting. And Laura, prayers for Bobby. There's our beautiful prayer by Deirdre. And please pray for the land masses where the hurricane is highlighting that area, and all the people that are there. Help them to remain safe, including our Michelle Landers. Sally, prayers for a friend Pam in Allegan who lost her husband yesterday. Laura, prayers for Elaine's Hill. All right, so let's do this, and just go into your hearts, and as you read the names, just send energy to lift them up for the best and highest good. Okay, it's not playing. Please remember Leo's mom. I know it says family. His mom just had surgery. Lift our sweet Auntie Jean up higher, please. She's going through some physical issues. If you have any updates on any of these, please type that in. Luz was on with us yesterday and asked for extra prayers for herself. Thank you, Deirdre, for that update. And good morning, Blue Jean. Came in just as we got to your name on the list. And pray for our sweet Dolly the horse. I saw Jean's message that Dolly has been losing weight and stressing, so let's please lift her up. I think Kathleen had given us an update on, don't know if it was baby Haven or baby Wyatt, but let's please lift these babies up and shower them with love. And the Deerfield Valley in Vermont, once again going through some flooding. So please, let's ask for our earth to come into balance. Good morning, Sandra. Yes, we will add your son to the list. Travel prayers for the Andersons. They just dropped their daughter off in Boston for school, and they'll be headed back across the country, so please pray for them. We lost our sweet Jeannie this week. She passed a couple of days ago, so pray please for her sister Merle, who is not in good health at all, so I know this is going to be hard on her, having lost her sister. And pray for Ruth, because this was somebody very near and dear to her heart. Good morning, Shiraz. Have not had an update on Robin's mom, Jewel, but I'll try to get one from her today. And Isabel, I see your prayer request for travel. Certainly will. Sally, if you would give us an update on your son-in-law, please, and your grandchildren, we would appreciate that. So again, if you added any in to the comments, I'll make sure that they get on this this list that we have going, that we've been praying for these names for a couple of years now. And Sally says, Robert is still in the hospital and still fighting for his life. He needs to be transferred to a place more fitting for him, but cannot be transferred to another hospital because he is suffering through some infections. And if they let him go home, then he is going home today. And the grandchildren are doing the best they can right now with all of this. And not one of them want to make that call, but decision. So he is still in a very rough place in life altogether. This is a soul who I believe was supposed to pass away, but through medical miracles they have kept him alive. And that's where the issues come in. So praying for clear thoughts for all involved with his care, and praying for the best and highest good for all involved. Yeah. Okay, so let's say our prayer together. Lord, make me an instrument of your peace. Where there is hatred, let me sow love. Where there is injury, pardon. Where there is doubt, faith. Where there is despair, hope. Where there is darkness, light. Where there is sadness, joy. I pray that as we lift all these names up and those who are being added to the list, that we fully pour our heart into it, that we love deeply, that we care deeply, and we shine that light where it needs to be shown out into the world, the issues in the world, the things that we can do something about. I'm just praying for the best and highest good for all of us, for our world, for Mama Gaia, sending love, healing energy right to the core of Mama Gaia and sending it to each one of us. And now let's shine that light on each other. And we do that on the count of 3, 2, 1. Thank you. I love you. That's the words. That is the magic, is in gratitude and love. Thank you all for being here today. It was a very emotional day. And yeah, let's just keep that emotion high, because that drives our purpose. that drives us to actually do something and take inspired action. And thank you, Deirdre, for posting our link to the website 10millionforworldpeace.org. We begin in 2 days, y'all. 2 days. We start our 21-day mission. So September 1st, we will be leading guided meditations, 7 minutes a day, and gearing it toward our world leaders, our national leaders, our local leaders. So if you haven't done so yet, please do. Please go to that website and join in with us. Join in the cause. And when you do, share that with somebody. So the more sharing that happens, the faster we're going to get our 10 million gathered together. All right, so we've got some thank you, I love yous. Oh, let me pull up Leo. I almost forgot you, Leo. Play our Morning Cuppa song. Phone's messing up. So while you keep sharing love and gratitude, we're going to hear from Leo.
Morning, Earthlings! It's time to get up and get ready because today's the perfect day to have a great day. Here we go.
Come on.
Come on, let's play. It's a beautiful day. If you wake up this morning, might as well be part of it. When all peace for peace, so now mission for harmony. Tyranny, mama, be on the lead. Forever means I'm there. The creative portal where we can be together. Our telephone is always one phone call away. Calling on the guys, the angels, and the masters. Take a deep breath and go into a new dimension.
Sandra, thank you for being here this morning. And there's our Leo.
Morning cup full of joy with all the peace and the power. The daily mantra is thank you, I love you, namaste. Morning cup full of joy every day. Just start the day on a high vibe, we call the triple A. Morning cup full of joy with all the peace and the power. The daily mantra is thank you, I love you, namaste.
Y'all.
Full of joy, full of light, full of love. Bottomless refuse, spilling out from the top. Here, the coffee's always hot, and the truth is always yours. The sun is calling out to play a spoon on the shoes. Today's a new day, we are part of this game. Let's make it win. Love always is the winning team. And you can slap it dust, there is always no space in the pot. For more love, take a spot to get the day started. Morning cup full of joy every day. Just start the day on a high vibe, we call the triple A. Morning cup full of joy with all the peace and the power. The daily mantra is thank you, I love you, namaste. Morning cup full of joy every day. Just start the day on a high vibe, we call the triple A. Morning cup full of joy with all the peace and the power. The daily mantra is thank you, I love you, namaste.
That's love. Oh, thank you, Sandra. Accept, align, allow. Triple A, y'all.
Morning cup full of joy every day. Just start the day on the high five, we call the triple A. Morning cup full of joy with all the peace and the power. The daily mantra is thank you, I love you, namaste. Morning cup full of joy every day. Just start the day on the high five, we call the triple A. Morning cup full of joy with all the peace and the power. The daily mantra is thank you, I love you, namaste.
Full of joy. Get ready for it. Thank you, Leo. Okay, so yesterday in a meeting that I was in, I heard this peace mantra, and I'd like to share that to end us today. Peace in my heart, peace in this place, peace in our land, and peace throughout the world. Peace. And the person who wrote this was there in the meeting, and he suggested we say this over and over again, and you can substitute love. Love in my heart. Love in this place. Love in our land. And love throughout the world. Love. I love you all so immensely. It's my prayer that you find that love, peace, and joy in your heart, in your place in the world, in our land, and throughout our entire world. That's our mission that we're on right now, spreading more peace, love, and joy. So thank you for being here. And it's always an honor to come in the morning and share with you all. Stay in your heart, stay blessed, and I will see you later. Bye, everyone.